All right, never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Everybody have a chair now, so we're not three to a chair. They're not allowed to share three to a stand, let alone three to a chair. But all right, for our first piece, for Symphonic Band, we're going to have Mila introduce that for us and tell you a little bit about it.
The first piece that we will be playing in Symphonic Band is On a Hymnsong of Philip Bliss by David R. Holsinger. This arrangement is based on an early 19th century hymn, It Is Well. The backstory behind this hymn is about a surviving family member experiencing grief after the loss of an entire family. This piece is a part of the band concert because historically, hymns and other religious and spiritual songs have been shunned and banned for opposing ideas. We have chosen this piece in memory of one of our beloved Castillero teachers, Mr. Eikenberry. We would like to dedicate it to him.
hopefully you've heard that song somewhere along the road, maybe not that arrangement of it, but like me to give you a little bit of the history of it. We pulled it out earlier in the semester when we found out about the passing of Mr. Eikenberry. He'd been gone for a long time, but it was very sudden to anybody. Like most of us at least had no idea. So we originally pulled it out, or I pulled it out, just because of the hymn that's in it. I've performed that, sung that hymn with different groups and stuff for several events in life. So that just kind of resonates with me, and it's just a beautiful thing to play. So I pulled it out thinking, we're just going to play through it a couple times, and we'll record it and send it out into the universe, you know, goodwill, thinking about Mr. Eikenberry, share this. And I couldn't do it because it was awful. So it turns out that piece is a lot harder than my brain remembered for middle schoolers to play, because it is not written for them. Sounds very simple, hopefully, you know, when you hear it, but it's in a much more advanced key, a lot more weird notes than they're used to, and just playing all these long sustained things for that long is very tricky. The altos, of all the things I should have remembered this, because all the times I've played this ever in my life has been on alto sax. Both alto parts have these incredibly low, impossible to play pretty and, you know, nice passages that nobody should ever write. And every time I see it, I'm like, oh, who does that? So I'm very impressed. Yeah, David Holsinger, right? Very impressed by several, you know, of the kids. Like the whole band has come around it, and they've all kind of, you know, started to enjoy it and like the piece. But some of the work that just a few of these kids especially have done to make music out of this and really play it at an exceptional level has been pretty crazy. Not because of their playing, but just because of the piece and why we were doing it, you know, that they put that much into it. And it's great that they can make that music too, but that's less emotional. All right, for our next one, something completely different, and I'm excited to hear what Jody's going to tell you about our last piece for Symphonic Band.
Now, thank you, Mr. Bowman, for that wonderful introduction. Now, first of all, let's give a hand for Mr. Bowman for putting this all together. I would like to remind you, I do babysit. Think about it, ladies. I know you want a night off. Okay, so we have the Rite of Spring. It is a famous orchestral piece made by a Russian composer, Igor Stravinsky. I'm pretty sure I butchered his name. When it premiered in 1913, it was considered not ballet, which was the music of the time, and it freaked people out. It freaked people out so much that it even caused a riot in the theater and was banned in some places for a long time. People weren't used to its harsh sound, unusual rhythms, and intense energy. What you will be hearing in this piece is some pretty and beautiful parts, but also you will be hearing some intense clashing chords, and these, for the first time, are on purpose. Now, one thing that makes the music stand out is the use of clashing chords, which I just mentioned. Now, the piece also, in the little part at the beginning, begins with a saxophone solo and a piccolo solo. My piccolo just turned 1. Anyway, so now, today, to you guys, it'll sound strange and new, but I promise everything that you think is a mistake is actually on purpose. Now today, the Rite of Spring is considered one of the most influential pieces in modern classical history. Now, without further ado, I present you Rite of Spring.
that's what you came here expecting to hear at a middle school band concert, then I don't know where you've been going, but hopefully that was a little jarring and eye-opening and, you know, waking you up on the late Friday night, but as much as that's what we're not used to here, like Jody said, that was so abnormal for the time that it literally on opening night caused a riot and shut the theater down, and you know, Paris couldn't understand, you know, they were all in dismay. Now, in the music world, that's not that weird. It's still weird for what we normally do here. It's abnormal, and like I said, hopefully it woke you up a little bit and you're like, whoa. But again, just to think that some of these things that we're playing now, they're like, okay, it's a little out there, but you know, they were political upheaval over the fact that people had the gall to write these pieces at one point. So we can give another hand as the Symphonic Band gets out of here, and we'll have a set change and bring up